Have you ever wondered why Victoria Beckham always looks so effortlessly chic? Even when wearing simple outfits like a blouse and trousers, her style isn't about age or complexity, it's about elegance and confidence. This approach is especially empowering for women over 50 who want to shine with a powerful and graceful presence without chasing trends. Today, we'll explore how you can incorporate Victoria Beckham's timeless style into your daily wardrobe, helping you achieve a sophisticated look without the need for tight or flashy clothing. A structured blazer is a key piece in Victoria Beckham's wardrobe, and there's a good reason why she's always seen rocking the perfect blazer. It adds sophistication and helps define your silhouette in a way that's both timeless and flattering. With the right blazer, you can instantly elevate any outfit, making it look polished and confident. This is why a blazer is an essential item for women over 50 who want to look chic without trying too hard. For women over 50, a longer blazer that hits around the thigh is the ideal choice. This length elongates your frame and gives you a sleek, streamlined look. The key is in the fit, particularly the shoulders. You want a blazer with sharp, structured shoulders that define your shape without being too bulky. The blazer should never be too tight or boxy, but instead offer a tailored, sharp look that enhances your body's natural lines. Fabric is also incredibly important when selecting the perfect blazer. Materials like wool blends, twill, and crepe are ideal because they hold their shape and drape beautifully. These fabrics ensure your blazer stays in place, giving you that refined, elegant look. The right fabric also adds a touch of luxury, making your outfit look effortlessly expensive and put together. When you choose a well-fitted, structured blazer, you create a foundation for a stylish, confident look. Women over 50 don't need to chase trends, they simply need to find pieces that work for their body and personal style. A blazer offers not only structure, but also a sense of poise and confidence that doesn't go unnoticed. It's the perfect wardrobe staple that will never go out of style. And investing in one is truly worth it for elevating your wardrobe. Wide-leg trousers are a perfect wardrobe staple for women who want to appear taller and slimmer, contrary to the common misconception that wide-leg pants can make you look bulkier. They actually create a more elongated, balanced silhouette, giving you a taller, leaner appearance. When styled correctly, these pants can completely transform your outfit, offering a polished and elegant look. The key to choosing the right pair of wide-leg trousers is opting for high-waisted styles. High-waisted pants help define your waist, smooth out the tummy area, and create a sleek line from waist to ankle, which adds to the flattering effect. Avoid trousers that are too loose or too tight. Loose ones can make you look shorter, while tight ones may emphasize areas you'd rather not highlight. Pairing wide-leg trousers with a fitted top is the perfect way to balance the proportions. A fitted shirt or a turtleneck will create a smooth, tailored look that complements the trousers without overwhelming the frame. For instance, a simple wide-leg pant in black paired with a form-fitting turtleneck instantly elongates the body and gives a streamlined look that is both chic and effortless. This combination is great for women of all ages, especially for those over 50, as it creates a silhouette that is sophisticated without being overdone. Wide-leg trousers are not only versatile but also incredibly flattering, making them a go-to choice for women over 50 who want to combine comfort with style. By choosing the right fit and pairing them with a tailored top, you can effortlessly achieve a look that is both elegant and comfortable. A turtleneck is a must-have in any woman's wardrobe, especially for those over 50. Not only does it offer a sleek, sophisticated look, but it also helps conceal any areas of the body you might want to downplay, all without the need for tight, form-fitting clothing. A turtleneck gives you the freedom to stay stylish and comfortable, making it an ideal choice for women who want to look polished while feeling at ease. When choosing a turtleneck, it's important to opt for lightweight, fitted fabrics that sit comfortably on the body. Materials like fine cotton, soft wool, or lightweight synthetic fibers are perfect because they provide just the right amount of stretch and structure. A well-fitting turtleneck should gently skim the body without feeling too tight, giving you freedom of movement and all-day comfort. Color is another key factor when selecting a turtleneck. Neutral tones like black, camel, and white are ideal as they easily pair with just about anything in your wardrobe. A classic black turtleneck, for example, can be paired with wide-leg trousers, skirts, or layered under a blazer to create a chic, timeless look. These neutral colors not only make it easy to mix and match, but also enhance the simplicity and elegance of your outfit. A turtleneck is the perfect piece for creating a polished, refined look without the need to compromise on comfort. It's a versatile item that can be dressed up or down, making it an essential part of any woman's wardrobe, especially those over 50. Whether paired with casual wear or layered for a more formal occasion, a turtleneck will always elevate your style while keeping you feeling confident and comfortable. Victoria Beckham's style is defined by timeless, neutral tones like black, white, camel, and gray. These colors are not only easy to mix and match, but also create a sleek, sophisticated look that's effortlessly chic. A minimalist color palette is the perfect choice for women, especially when you want a style that never goes out of fashion. These colors provide a light, refined aesthetic that allows you to shine without needing to be loud or flashy. When it comes to pairing colors, choosing 2 or 3 tones from a minimalist palette is an effective way to create a cohesive and stylish outfit. For example, pairing a white shirt with black pants and a camel-colored coat creates the perfect balance of neutrals, giving you an elegant, polished appearance. These neutral colors are versatile and easy to mix, allowing you to put together countless outfits without ever feeling like you've overdone it. By sticking to a minimalist color palette, you can effortlessly create elegant outfits that look timeless and well put together without the worry of trends coming and going. Colors like black, white, camel, and gray are always a safe bet because they offer both simplicity and depth, helping you create a personal style that's sophisticated yet understated. A minimalist color scheme not only keeps your wardrobe versatile, but also ensures that you always look chic and poised, no matter the occasion. A classic dress is the perfect choice for parties and special events, especially for women over 50. Victoria Beckham often gravitates toward midi dresses that hit just below the knee, as they create an elegant and sophisticated look. Midi dresses not only highlight the body's natural curves, but also maintain a refined and graceful appearance, making them ideal for occasions where you want to stand out without being too flashy. When selecting a classic dress, it's important for women over 50 to find a fit that's just right. The dress should hug the body gently, neither too tight nor too loose. This balance ensures comfort while still maintaining a flattering silhouette. The color of the dress also plays a crucial role. Neutral shades like black, gray, or camel are perfect for formal events as they exude sophistication and pair well with a variety of accessories without overwhelming the overall look. A midi dress doesn't just help accentuate natural beauty, it creates a sense of poise and elegance. It's the ideal piece for women who want to project a polished look without the need for over-the-top, attention-grabbing outfits. Oversized sunglasses are the perfect accessory for creating a mysterious and confident vibe. Not only do they protect your eyes from the sun, but they also hide imperfections like dark circles or days when you skip makeup. They exude strength and allure while maintaining a polished, refined look without much effort. A pair of oversized sunglasses can be the standout piece of your outfit, adding a touch of luxury and modernity. Elegant footwear is also crucial in completing your style. Pointed toe heels or ankle boots made of leather or suede are ideal choices, offering a sophisticated and graceful appearance. Avoid shoes with overly intricate patterns or too bold designs, as they can overwhelm the look and detract from the overall elegance. Black, brown, or camel-colored shoes are safe bets, versatile enough to pair with a variety of outfits. Pointed toe shoes and ankle boots add height and grace, complementing your figure beautifully. When selecting accessories and footwear, it's important to keep things refined and simple to achieve an elegant overall look. Oversized sunglasses and sleek shoes will elevate your appearance, giving off a confident and powerful aura without overdoing it. Victoria Beckham's quiet power dressing is a hallmark of her sartorial identity, particularly resonant for women over 50 seeking to project confidence and sophistication without overt display. This approach emphasizes refined tailoring, minimalist aesthetics, and a strategic use of color and accessories to convey strength and elegance. Structured tailoring. Central to this style is the structured blazer, which serves as a foundational piece in Beckham's wardrobe. Opting for long-line blazers that extend to mid-thigh creates a streamlined silhouette, elongating the figure and imparting a sense of authority. These blazers often feature defined shoulder seams, enhancing posture and adding a touch of sharpness to the ensemble. Materials such as wool blends, twill, and crepe are favored for their ability to maintain shape and provide a polished appearance. Monochromatic palettes. Beckham frequently employs monochromatic outfits to achieve a cohesive and elongated look. By dressing in varying shades of a single color, she creates a continuous line that visually stretches the body. Neutral tones like black, navy, camel, and ivory are staples in her wardrobe, offering versatility and timeless appeal. This strategy not only simplifies the dressing process, but also ensures that each piece complements the others seamlessly. Minimalist accessories. Accessories in the quiet power style are deliberately understated. Oversized sunglasses, structured leather handbags, and subtle jewelry pieces are chosen to enhance the outfit without drawing undue attention. For instance, a pair of classic aviator sunglasses can add an element of intrigue and sophistication, while a sleek belt can define the waist and add structure to a loose-fitting garment. The key is to select accessories that serve functional and aesthetic purposes without overwhelming the overall look. Feminine tailoring. While the style leans towards androgynous silhouettes, Beckham incorporates elements that highlight femininity. This includes selecting garments that gently skim the body, such as midi dresses with soft draping or trousers with a slight flare. The use of high-waisted designs can accentuate the waist, creating a balanced and proportionate figure. These choices ensure that the clothing flatters the body while maintaining an air of strength and composure. Quality fabrics. Investing in high-quality fabrics is a cornerstone of the quiet power aesthetic. Materials like silk, cashmere, and fine will not only provide comfort, but also convey a sense of luxury and refinement. These fabrics drape beautifully, enhancing the wearer's posture and movement. Beckham's preference for such materials underscores her commitment to timeless elegance and attention to detail. Conclusion. Adopting Victoria Beckham's quiet power dressing involves more than just clothing choices. It's about embodying a mindset of confidence and self-assurance. By focusing on structured tailoring, monochromatic palettes, minimalist accessories, feminine silhouettes, and quality fabrics, women over 50 can cultivate a wardrobe that reflects their strength and sophistication. This approach not only elevates personal style, but also empowers the wearer to navigate various aspects of life with grace and authority. To achieve a style like Victoria Beckham's, women over 50 should focus on structured pieces like blazers, wide-leg trousers, and turtlenecks, a minimalist color palette with neutral tones, and classic midi dresses will keep your look sleek and sophisticated. Invest in high-quality basics that will save you time and effort while ensuring you always look polished. Remember, style isn't about competing with youth or following fleeting trends, it's about confidence and owning your look. Victoria Beckham proves that age is not a barrier when you know how to dress for yourself, whether you're over 50 or not. Embracing a timeless, elegant, and confident style will always make you feel beautiful and sophisticated. Start building your wardrobe today. And don't hesitate to incorporate the timeless style tips of Victoria Beckham to stand out in any setting.